Welcome back down on the farm in Bjornholm for episode 27 with me, Mr. Sealy P. What a surprise. We're back at the biogas plant in the silage bay, the one that's done anyway. Just having a quick check of this because I was unloading it the other day but didn't even think to look and see how much was in it. We have got 652,000 litres, 72% full, so there was a fair bit of silage in there. I'm going to jump into our vehicle of choice for shifting silage. Now, as you know, or may not know, depends if you watched the previous episode or not, the silage bay 2 bays over, or 3 bays over, one of the silage bays, just over to our left, is now full and blanketed, 900,000 litres. So with the 652,000 litres we've got in here and the 900,000 litres in there, at $19,000 for every 12,000 litres, there's a fair amount of money sitting here in these silage bays. Which does mean that the pressure is off ever so slightly, in that whatever we decide to do now on this map, we can just come down here, sell a bit of silage and buy whatever we need. Takes the pressure off, does mean we can kind of get on with whatever it is we want to do. So I'm going to sell a little bit of this silage, make a bit of money. There's a couple of things I want to buy in this episode. I am considering, and it is just a consideration at the moment, but I'm considering selling our sprayer, the big one, the Pantera. Yeah, the Pantera. I don't really use it at all. You get 122,000 for it if you sell it online. Probably get more than that if you sell it. I mean, to be fair, I've got plenty of money sitting here. It's not like I need the money, but I just don't use it. So, don't know. I might sell that. And as I said in episode 25, 24, I'm probably going to get another large seeder, probably the Horse Pronto. But I might also get another Maestro, only because if I'm doing fields of sugar beet and I'm going to do, especially the big field we just did in the last episode, 35 and 39, that's combined, it takes a long time to seed them because they're big fields. So I'm thinking getting both seeders, one more of each, so I'll have 2 of each seeder. Seems a bit excessive. But these are big fields. You know, in reality, on some of these massive farms, you know, you would have multiple seeders running, multiple harvesters, harvest time. You know, I don't know. It's just a thought. I can afford to do it, so I probably will. As you can now tell, because I've had to have the time sped up to times 15 to get the hoppers to work and collect enough silage, it means that time has progressed rather rapidly. It's now 9:15 at night. It's been a long day with various different things. I'm going to load this up to make sure I've got a load. Now, at the end of the last episode, I did bring the Chrome Big X and the trailers down here. Because at the end of the day, the Chrome Big X, whatever you're using, whichever header you're using, you're making chaff. That's all that does. Chaff is used for silage. And where do you sort the silage out? Here. So, let's be honest, this is where it needs to be. Whatever I'm going to be doing, I can always come down here, grab it, grab the trailers, combination of trailers, however many I want. If I need the trailers for something else, I can always come down and just grab the trailers, but that's where that's going to be parked up from now on. Now, as it is late, I'm not going to start another job now. What I am going to do, if you look up in the top right hand corner, we have enough money now. So I am going to not go to the shop because they're probably closed. I am going to go online. Go to sewing machines, seeders, and I am going to buy another Horse Pronto. and I'm going to get another horse maestro. So 2 new seeders, that's going to seriously help. Only downside now is I'm going to need another tractor with a bit of horsepower to pull. I think it's the horse Pronto that needs 320 horsepower, I think, to pull it. So I'm going to need something with a bit of oomph. So I'm going to need to do a bit more silaging to do that. What I am going to do is a little bit more silaging through the evening, and then I will probably see you again in the morning. Down at the shop we'll have a look at the 2 seeders, and then I've got something else I want to do in this episode. So next time I see you, it will be bright and early in the morning. So a nice early morning start down at the store. I was busy last night, did sell quite a bit more silage. I had already bought the 2 new planters, but I did need another tractor, so I worked a little bit harder. The planters are both here, one is behind the other, they are both there. Tractors was a whole different dilemma. I needed something with a bit of horsepower, and I needed something that would pull what I needed it to. So these are my options. I was looking at, I've already got the Smart Track, 435 horsepower. I could get the Case Magnum, 435, or a T9, or the Quad Track, all with very high horsepower, but all very expensive, 298,000 upwards to 379,000. So I had another thought, and this leads me on to later on as we play through the gameplay series. So I bought the Terra variant 600 Eco, 598 horsepower. That will definitely pull the seeders. $249,000, so way cheaper than any of those other alternatives. Plus, with all the different backs you can get on it, the grain one, the grain auger, the sugar beet auger, there's a slurry tank, there's I think a muck spreader. It's quite a versatile bit of machinery, so that's what we bought. It's quite big, but if you've watched my Sosnovka map, then you'll know that the 3-point linkage on here is very, very handy thing to have. Trailer hitch, 3-point linkage, the back for all the rest of the stuff. So yeah, if you're watching on Sosnovka, I bought one of these, and very useful bit of kit to have. So it is a tractor unit, absolutely it's a tractor unit, just not a conventional tractor unit. So let's jump up in here. We have done this on Sosnovska, so if you've watched Sosnovska, I apologise, but if you haven't, this is the first time looking at it. Quite a detailed interior. I'm going to put the lights on because it's quite a foggy morning actually, 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, they've got the 2 seeders. One of them, the Horsch Maestro, only requires 180 horsepower to pull. The other one, the Horsch Pronto, requires something in the region of 300 horsepower, I think, 320 horsepower. Takes a lot, and that seat's right in the way. Brilliant. I could reverse use the mirrors, but yeah, okay. Out of cab it is. But it should pull this, no problem at all. Now, the only downside to doing this that I can see, it makes it an incredibly long unit, and it is very, very long, as you can see. But not the end of the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive this back to the yard and work out where I'm going to park it for a start, probably next to the other one. And the fantastic people at the store have said they will deliver the other one for us free of charge, which is lovely, to our yard for us, which is going to make life so much easier. So we'll take this back and they will deliver the other one for us. All good. So here we are back at the yard. I'm going to have a bit of a rethink about how to organise the yard, because we are filling up with equipment. So I'll fill this up while I'm here, and if I'm not mistaken, over there in the mist. I think it is. Our horse maestro has been delivered. They are incredibly efficient. Good news. Now, because I've taken the Flegels, the Flegel trailers, and I've parked those over at the biogas plant with the forage harvester, it does mean we've got a bit of space around here. So I'll have to just swing this round. Got space. As you can see, the turning circle for the Terra variant is actually pretty good with the flexible steering. Does make it quite handy. So I'll park this one up here, round behind the other one, give myself enough room to get out, and unhook. Right. While I'm here doing this, I'll hook up the other one. And fill this up as well. Now it looks to me like the field in front of us, 23, is probably ready to harvest. Just check that. Oh, not far off. So it's on the growing stage. All of those are on dark blue now, which means they're on the final growth stage, so it won't be long. And there we are full. What I'm going to do is, hopefully, carefully, I'm going to reverse this right the way back up here. And I'll stick this over here, I think. Don't want to put it too close to the fertiliser bin, otherwise it's going to mean it's difficult to load fertiliser. But we'll stick this one here. Great, and in the interest of keeping things where they are, so I know where they are, and together, I will stick this one with it, I think. Then I know that my two Prontos are together and my two Maestros are together. Much easier to deal with. Right, so that's my seeders done, and my new tractor unit. Done. Okay. Does mean actually I've made myself a little bit of space to park this up actually. I will stick this in the space that was previously in. And there we go. Job done. They're both back. So new seeders, 2 of each. This farm is building in size. It's all good. Okay, so the next job I was going to do, and not that I haven't been putting it off really, but I'll show you. So this is what I was talking about the other day. I did mention this in the previous episode, in that I couldn't work out whether my money had gone, and it's because I bought this. I'd forgotten all about buying it, so I have got the IT runner. I have got the forestry trailer for the IT runner, and I bought another JCB, but the smaller one, to go with it. Now what I'm going to do in this episode is a bit of logging, but I'm going to load up this trailer and take it down to sell, only because I want to see how well the trailer works, what size logs I can fit into it. So it's a bit of a trial really. I'm going to leave this JCB hooked up to it. As I said in the clip I did, which I lost, and that was what annoyed me, this trailer requires the PTO to be attached before the functions of the trailer. So I can't just use the truck cab or anything like that. It has to be a tractor with a PTO. I could have just used the JCB over there, but if I'm running this with logs in, and I'm also have the wood chipper going, if I'm doing multiplayer, that's a much bigger tractor. They both go at 44 miles an hour, so they're both pretty handy bits of machinery. Anyway, enough chat. First thing I'm going to do is jump into the Scorpion King and turn it on. And I'm going to put the automatic help on, because that tells me everything I need to know. Now, first cut I'm going to do is going to be, I'm going to change the cut length to 8 metres, because that's what I normally put into a trailer. I'm going to then measure that 8 metre length, as you'll soon see. And find a tree to cut down, of course. I'm making my way through this, cutting quite a swath through here. I think I do need to go through with the stump grinder as well and cut some of these stumps out. Done a few, but not all of them. So let's cut this tree down. Make sure we're hooked in. We are. And right to the round. Cut, lift up, drive backwards, and down comes the tree. Fantastic, right. Bring this over here, lift up a little bit. Now swing this over, change it over this side of the thing. It's probably going to disappear off. Right, so that should do. Right, first cut's going to be an 8 metre. Now, that looks to me a little bit too long. It's going to stick right over the back, so cut length we'll take down to 6 and try 6 metre length. That looks a bit more manageable. I'm going to try the 6 metre, and then if that's too short I can change it to 7. But to start off with, I will do 6s. And actually doing it as 6s has actually provided me with quite a few logs. But that will do to start off with. We'll see how we get on. So, turn that off. And get rid of the assistance for the time being. And move that out of the way. Great. Jump out. And over to this bit of kit. So over to our telehandler. Now, if you've seen previous episodes on here, I was using the telehandler log fork. If you have watched my Sosnovka map, you'll see that I trialled using the manure fork. And interesting enough, it was pretty handy. Not conventional, definitely not what it's used for, but it worked. So, what we'll do is get a few logs in here. When I get to the 8 metre one, I will put that into the other trailer. This is probably the worst place for this to have been, but it doesn't matter. Right, swing this down, open it up. Now I should get, if I'm lucky, those first 2. If I can just separate them. There we go. Pick those up. Nicely done, okay. Right, these are the 6 metre lengths then, so we'll see how we get on. Putting these in. Now you can't turn too quickly because it doesn't clamp onto these, but it gives it a much more stable platform I've found for loading and unloading. Now I've probably cut this way too close as well, but never mind. So let's raise this up. Now if you look at the sides of this, they seem a lot higher than the other one, I'll be honest. So I'll raise that, tip it right over, and drop it down as far as I can get it. There we go. And open that up. So, I'm thinking then, looking at how much overhangs, or how much of the trailer I've got left, I probably could get away with the 7. So I'm thinking I'm going to put on the 6s. I mean, an 8 you might get away with, but the 8 might overhang a bit too far. I'll stick the 1/8 on and see how badly it hangs over the back, and then we'll decide whether to do 7s or not. So let's bring this down a bit. I'm actually quite surprised how much higher the sides seem on that, but I suppose you've got the trailer sitting on the back of the IT runner, which is going to make a difference. So let's grab this one up. Try and position ourselves. Properly on here. I can always give it a nudge from the end if I'm not quite lined up. Yeah, those sides are high. Now for some reason I had it in my head, and I don't know why, that when I saw one of the download DLC sort of videos that someone had done, I thought the sides of this, the IT Runner Forest trailer, I thought the sides went down for some reason. I don't know why I had it in my head it did that. Very peculiar. Never mind. Obviously they don't, but I don't know why I had it in my head they did. I thought they moved. That could have been a modded trailer in all honesty. I do watch quite a few of people's videos. So we'll get these in one go. Drop that down there. Scoop that up. Got a bit of a wobble on, but I've got two of them. That's alright. Again, not the end of the world. As long as they don't vibrate themselves out of there, I'll be fine. So what I'll do, just give this a bit of a nudge back, right. Go around to the end. Try and give these a bit of a push forward. There we go. Lift that up a bit. So we'll give those. I'm not going to get to all of them, am I? But might be able to do that one and that one. There we go. So, whoops. Looking at that, the 6 is a little bit too short. The 8 is a little bit too long. I think a 7 metre will be absolutely perfect on there. Now, bearing in mind, I'm putting 8s onto this one usually, and the 8s on the larger trailer, because you can't put 2 8s in, and I suppose if I was stacking more carefully, I could probably get away with 2 6s in there, end on end. But we'll give this a go. I'm going to load this one up, and we'll take it down and sell it, see how we get on. I will do that off screen, or some of it off screen, otherwise you're going to get incredibly bored watching me just cutting down trees and loading up a trailer. I need to get this on as well, which I'm probably going to end up fiddling with, but see how we get on. Oh, not bad. Don't get caught in the trailer. Okay, so there we go. Finally, a full load. It took a little while. Interestingly, it seems to stack definitely a lot higher than the other one. Only problem I found was when I was loading it and going off to get other things, you seem to get a little bit, almost like a vibration. The logs were vibrating together, and in vibrating together they moved themselves backwards. So every time I came back to do a load there was a gap here, which is a bit odd. So I've used the telehandler and with the manure fork gone to the back and pushed them all forward again. So, excuse me. Now what we're going to do, jump into the JCB. Yeah, you see them all moving. So a bit weird. Get the light on. And we'll get this down to the lumber yards now. I'm going to take my time. Don't want them going all over the place. Certainly don't want them vibrating off the back, which would be a bit weird. But there's definitely, the sides of this are much higher than the sides on the other one. So you can stack them a lot higher. I'm going to go down the route. This is incredibly steep, but we'll give it a go. So let's get them down this rather steep hill. We have been down this before on this map with the larger trailer. If you remember, I did one of my late night login sessions. I did record a couple of little bits of that, but nothing too much. Oh my god. I'm going to lose my entire load and it's taking me ages. This is getting very light on the front now. Don't you dare tip off before I get there. My driving has become incredibly... Right, they're going to come off. They're going to come off. Come on, I've got 100 yards, not even that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh my god, I can't believe it. They've started selling themselves. Well, the one bonus I was going to say to this vehicle is, at least, you can unload the trailer and tip them into it, like so. Which the other trailer you couldn't do. God, that was frantic. Okay, well, that's very strange. Now I've got a couple of logs there. Can't do a thing with at the moment. Not to worry. Right, let's jump out. Send the train. Which does mean we'll get another payment for them. Oh, I'm not happy about that. Maybe I just overloaded the trailer. Maybe, I don't know what other maybes. There's obviously some issue. Considering that's what that's designed to do. Maybe I cut them too long. Don't know. But pretty annoying. Okay. I'm thinking now. That's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to go away, rethink, try and work out what went wrong, why it went wrong, and how to do it better next time. I may do some more off screen and give it a bit of a test. May also come down here and try and move those logs. But whatever I decide to do, we'll see. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe already, please subscribe. The more the merrier. We are now on Facebook. Go along and look on Facebook. There's normally screenshots and stuff on there. If you've got a comment, leave a comment. Love to hear from you. And as always, whatever you decide to do, thanks for watching.